All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is David Squeeze Annakie for, of course, Cruising with the Case Handler, Adam Handler himself. And of course, we've got quite a few other attorneys on the journey this morning. We're journeying from, I think we're journeying in place, all right? No one's in a car like someone I saw yesterday cruising. But this show will be about personal injury and immigration. I want to welcome each and every one to the panel today. I want to welcome each and every one tuning in around the world on Facebook. We implore you to actually start sharing. Please start sharing and joining groups and getting this link into groups where people can get their questions answered. Yes, on personal injury, and yes, on, of course, immigration. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, just keep it locked right here on 93.5 FM. Also, we are truly ready to help a lot of people out there. So my name is David Squeeze Annakie. Let's introduce the panel right now. I will start with the case handler himself. Adam Handler, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, my brother. Good morning. October 2nd, 2020. We are doing it, baby.
Very historical day. We'll talk about that later. Thank you so much. Adam Handler, ladies and gentlemen, happens to be the leading personal injury attorney in this hemisphere. He has settled well over $126 million for his clients and counting. And he's with the firm as a partner, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. I am extremely proud of him. If you ever get hurt in an accident, do not, I repeat, do not use any other attorney. I can't vouch for them. I can only vouch for one, and that is Adam Handler. Make sure you call him at 844-774-3529. I'll be slower with the number because it's important. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529, referred to sometimes as the shark, also referred to as the money man sometimes, you know, so keep it locked. You'll find out why that is. And of course, on the panel also, we've got Nelson Madrid, okay, AKA the Maverick. If you ask if he got arrested, it's not the end of the world if you're seeking immigration benefits, because you may have an excellent option, and that is choosing the right immigration attorney to help you. We get our butts in trouble at times, but you pay your debt to society, you deserve a life. And that's the reason why Nelson Madrid is actually one of the top immigration attorneys at the firm, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. If you've been put in those removal proceedings, you will need exclusively him. And I say that because I know what it is that he has done for our people. So call him also at 844-774-3529. Nelson Madrid's Construction, huh? What's up, man?
Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, there's some work. You may hear some drilling going on, but all is well. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to the fellow panelists, my colleagues, and good morning to the listeners and viewers.
Thank you so much. We are very transparent here, Mr. Madrid, as you know, unlike some people who are in administrative position running a country. Let's move over. That segues into the managing partner, the man who runs the firm, the man who made it all happen, Conrad Pollack. We call him the maestro, all right? The only bone I have to pick with him is that I have not heard the piano in a while, but that's okay. At least we're here, and him being at the helm, we've been helping a lot of people with immigration and much more where the firm is concerned. Mr. Pollack, welcome to the panel this morning. It's a beautiful Friday. Why? Because we're alive.
He's muted.
You're
Conrad, muted, buddy.
You're muted. Unmute.
There we go.
There you
Sorry
go.
about that. Actually, where I am, it's raining.
I know where you are. Look at that. I recognize that chandelier.
Raining where I am too, yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's a good morning. Little interesting news overnight, which I thought I tend to sleep with television on, and I don't know. I think I had CNN or MSNBC or something that's on, and I don't know, 1, 2 in the morning. I'm rolling over and I'm like, I think I'm dreaming. You know, it's like I'm hearing things like Trump has tested positive for COVID, and there's a mirror right next to my bed, and I just like popped up. I looked in the mirror and I did a big smile on my face, you know, and sure enough, it wasn't the dream. We wake up this morning and we find that our president and his wife have tested positive. And you know, my wife, who's not with me, she sent me a text just in big letters, karma, K-A-R-M-A. And it's true. Karma's a bitch. Now here's
Can't say that word. You can't say that word on the radio, on the FCC regulated radio. So we apologize for the B word, ladies and gentlemen. Right?
Oops.
All right.
You know what it is. I'm sorry. I'm still a novice. It's only been 7 months on the radio, and I do apologize. But karma is just can be tough sometimes. And here's a guy who has been downplaying and just saying it's going to disappear and it's where we've turned the corner. And come on, this is nothing any of you have not heard 15, 20 times. And here he comes down with the virus. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
From where I sit, and I'm quite sure from where you sit, Conrad and Adam and Nelson, he is the president of the United States, and we wish him truly a speedy recovery and hopefully everything works out.
I don't wish anybody to be sick, especially because people out there could have had been sick themselves or have lost family members that have been sick. But the irony, I agree, is thick here. It really is. And what's interesting is that, whatever you feel about him, he's, they're going to make him, prop him up as being this hero, because now all of a sudden he's the victim and listen, I got through it. It's not a big deal.
I think there'll be some effort there, but I don't know about that. I'm more interested and more concerned about now what happens with the election and the campaign. He's not going to be able to go all around the country spreading the virus to all these rallies that he's been going to. And I'm wondering now, the people that have been at his rallies this week, there was one in Minnesota the night before last, I think. I'm wondering what these people who were there had no masks on. They're all on top of each other, and he's shouting, as usual, shouting, and all of his stuff that he usually says. And I'm wondering. I know if I had been one of those people at that rally right now, I'd be calling local test center to go and get tested. But I think what this is going to do is going to throw a real monkey wrench into the rest of the campaign. It's a total wild card. And more important than that, when he was shouting at Biden the other night, that's the question, whether Biden has been infected by this person, who
he was on the stage.
Funny, and it's funny too how he was criticizing Biden for wearing a mask, the biggest mask he's ever seen, and here a day later he comes down with the virus. Irony, karma, baby, karma. With an irony.
Right. I know I wanted you to just get it out because I know it was going to come up in the show. So I figured I'd get that out.
It's important.
Move on now.
All of a sudden, I'm watching Fox, and now they're calling him, he's the leader of the free world. Yeah, sure.
Fox also made it a point to mention how the Democrats were saying, look what happened, that they should be praying for the leader of our country. And what I find interesting is just a different spin that's put on what's happened. He was supposed to the interesting thing is he was supposed to hold a rally in Wisconsin, which is a battleground state. That's right. Which is obviously no more. I got to be honest with you, so I woke up this morning and my wife gave me the news. And the first person I thought about was Mr. Conrad Pollack.
Is that why
I was going to call Mr. Conrad Pollack as soon as I got the news, but quite surprising, but not surprised. You can deny science, but you can't hide from science. So, again, and they've been saying, social distancing. He said Biden didn't have the crowds because he couldn't get the crowds. I guess the crowds didn't really help out his situation any.
I don't know about that. He would be bragging about that right now, that he gets the big crowds. I don't know if that's something he wants to brag about, or any of the people that attend those crowds. I don't know that they'd be bragging about it either. But a point here, we're in our office. We leave our office. This is a policy at PPID. We get out of our office and we walk down the hallway. Nobody is allowed to walk around without a mask. Nobody. Anybody, you go to the bathroom, we allow one person in the bathroom at a time. You have to have a mask on. All right, that's that. You walk into my office, you walk into reception, you have to have a mask on. When we meet with clients, we go into a designated area. There are dividers between us. Everybody has a mask on, you know, and I'm sure most responsible businesses are doing the same. Now, here, what we're hearing now, and you see it on video, you see Hope Hicks and President, all these people walking back and forth from the planes. Nobody has a mask on. Nobody. I mean, you're walking through city streets. I walk across the street to the subway from the office or to the garage to get my car. I have a mask on. Everybody has a mask on. Now, here we have the president and these people that are supposedly leading our country, and not one of them has a mask on. What does that tell? What does that tell you? What does that tell kids? What does that tell children who are watching this?
And you ridicule your opponent for wearing a mask, right? That's the irony. You ridicule your opponent on national stage for wearing a mask. Oh, the mask is bigger than his face. You know, Biden looks like a pretty smart guy right about now.
Yeah, doesn't that just add to the level of foolishness that you can just heap on this guy, doesn't it?
Speaking of foolishness,
Yep.
if you don't have our number saved and you don't call our law firm if you have a legal problem, you are a fool. Okay? Let's give out this phone number. Introduce once again who
back to our regular scheduled programming.
What we do. All right. My name is Adam Handler. I am your case handler. You've heard from the maestro, Conrad Pollack, the managing attorney of this firm. Nelson, the Maverick Madrid, the man, what can I say, flies by his own rules. He is the deportation guru here at the firm. And I, of course, your case handler, handle the personal injury cases. Our phone number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529, or easy to remember, 844-PPID law. PPID stands for Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. And it's also an easy way for me to ask Squeeze, which I pretty much know his answer, but Squeeze, you down with PPID?
Come on, you know I'm down with PPID.
All right. The point we want to get across today, and we'll call it Irony Friday, all right, is that if you got a legal problem, we got a legal solution. If you got a legal question, Squeeze, what we got?
You've got the answer.
We got a legal answer.
Yes.
But you got to give us a call. We'll never know you're out there. We'll never know that you need our help unless you call that number. I personally have been responsible for obtaining over $125 million over the course of my career. Other attorneys are out there, top of the hour or later in the day saying, 200 million, 300 million, whatever it is. Well, guess who got most of that money for them? Guess who constitutes a large chunk of that money? Your boy, the case handler.
Shark. And, money man.
I am the money man. And, the reason why they call me the money man is because if you're hurt in New York, if you're hurt in an accident, whether it's a car accident, a workplace accident, a construction accident, a slip and fall, a medical malpractice, the only justice you are able to obtain in the civil justice system is monetary compensation. And that's what we do. We get you the maximum amount of money if, God forbid, you're ever in that situation. Maximum amount for your medical bills, maximum amount for your time lost from work, maximum amount for your pain and suffering. And that's why we do it 110% full speed ahead, because you got no redos. You can never go back and say, I need more money, I'm still out of work. Or I need to have another surgery on my knee, I need more money. You got one shot to get it right. One chance, one choice. I'm your case handler, 844-774-3529. Nelson's here for you, answering immigration questions over the phone for free. Conrad, over the phone for free. What other lawyer out there is on this radio station or advertising elsewhere saying, if you call us, we will give you our legal opinion for free? It's just not happening. And the reason why we're doing it is because we're truly giving back to the community and communities that have embraced us for decades. It's our way of saying, hey, it's 2020. We're going to get through this together, and we're going to make it a little bit easier on you to find out how you can legalize your status here in the United States, how you can become a citizen, how I can help you if, God forbid, you're in one of those terrible accidents. But again, you got to have that number, and you got to call that number. And that number is 844-774-3529.
I tell you what, right now, for the next 60 seconds, we're going to call it Save the Number Minute. All right? The Maverick Minute is coming back, but right now it's Save the Number Minute. So in other words, everyone that's watching us on Facebook and on whatever respective social media platform, everyone that's listening to the radio station, I know it's a little bit rainy on the outside in most places right now, but I truly, genuinely want for you to have the number of, in my opinion, David, I'm disclaiming it, David Squeezanek's opinion, the best attorney when it comes to personal injury. And also, I want for you to also have the number of the top immigration law firm in this hemisphere. So everyone, let's call it Save the Number Minute. And here's how you're going to do this. You're going to dial the number. You're going to let it ring for 15 seconds. So this way, the attorney that you just heard, the shark, okay, the case handler, the money man, the man who works, feverishly for you if you get hurt in an accident, this way he can answer the phone. He can say, hey, Squeeze, yeah, we got the calls. People are saving the number. So everyone right now, save the number by dialing 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. 844-774-3529. If you're driving, well, pull over. All right. Don't dial that number while you're driving. We don't want that. All right. If you are at home, wherever you are, dial the number. One day you will need an attorney. And I want for you to have, in my opinion, the most experience, an attorney with depth in that capacity of immigration, personal injury, and more. The number once again is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. As we continue on the show about personal injury and immigration law, I want to ask a question of Mr. Maverick right now so we can get the show going as to how it should be going. And this is a long-winded one. All right. Hi, everyone. This is on the immigration side. Hi, everyone. My father got his welcome letter from NVC dated April 2020. However, we received it on August 26, 2020 because of the pandemic. I was not included anymore since I am 25. My brother just turned 22 last September, but his name is still on the list of the NVC fees that should be paid. It's a DS-260, along with my parents. If you could help me with my queries, can you give me an estimate how long will it take them to complete the process and get a visa? Lastly, is my brother still eligible since he just turned 22? Family third preference, priority date October 27, 2000, USCIS approval date October 30, 2002, brother's birthday 9/11/1998.
Right. So that's a long-winded question. It's actually multiple questions. The first is, how long will it take to complete the process? I think obviously that's unclear for obvious reasons. It's something I find myself saying repeatedly. We are in the middle of a pandemic. Obviously, the American consulates in many countries are closed. Those cases are on hold. There is also a presidential proclamation which obviously prohibits certain preference categories from entering the United States until at least January. As far as whether or not her brother has aged out, that would be governed by what's called the Child Status Protection Act. Certain period of time that has to be calculated in order to determine whether or not her brother has aged out. Quite honestly, off the top of my head, I don't know. Give us a call. It's a free consultation. You will not be charged. Obviously we can ask questions on, just basically how long it's been pending, the receipt, the date of the receipt notice, the date of the approval notice. There's just give us a call, 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529.
That's what I believe you all should do. And once again, remember, nothing lasts forever. This is a free immigration consultation with an attorney. With an attorney. You're not calling and getting someone who's not an attorney. You are getting an attorney. And today is Friday, October the 2nd. Call. Because if you have those immigration questions, get them in right now. Get that phone consultation. 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Another quick one.
Squeeze,
Yeah.
Squeeze, hold on. Before we actually go into the next question, again, this is very, very general information. Typically a consultation, is a little longer. We're just providing general information. A lot of these cases are obviously fact-driven, where there's a lot more questions we have to ask. So sometimes you can't necessarily answer somebody's question over the phone. I'm sorry, not over the phone, in a 10, 30-second segment. You should call. And again, the number is 844-774-3529. And as you have said repeatedly, it is a free consultation. So I'm not sure what you have to lose by calling.
You got nothing to lose.
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing to lose. Everything to gain. We were talking about being foolish earlier today. You are foolish if you don't seize that opportunity. Why sit at home right now, either listening to this show on 93.5 FM or on Facebook or the other social media platforms, not knowing where you stand with either a personal injury case or a matrimonial case or an immigration case? I had somebody call me yesterday, I've been eligible to be a citizen for nearly 6 months. I'm not sure if some things in my past will affect that. And I'm so glad that we called to get that question answered, because I was wondering for years, whether I could be a citizen. Why sit there? Why torture yourself? The information is here for you.
Yeah. And that's the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, you should reach out to the law firm Pollack, Isaac, and Nasico. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. It's a firm, ladies and gentlemen, that deals with the capacity of personal injury. Adam Handler, the money man. Okay. Nelson Madrid, Conrad, Pollack. They deal with the immigration questions. They deal with immigration cases when they come in. Please give them a call. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, 844-774-3529. Okay. Here's another one. Hi, everybody. I got DQ back in 8/26/2020, and my visa category was F2A. Now it's IR1 visa class. Anyone know when NVC could schedule my interview? A lot of these questions seem like they're pretty much the same. Go ahead, Nelson. I don't know if Conrad is talking, but it's
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question?
Hi, everybody. I got DQ in 8/26/2020, and my visa category was F2A. Now it's IR1 visa class. Anyone know when NVC could schedule my interview?
No. I'll answer that. First of all, he went from F2A to IR1. F2A, that means his spouse was a resident, permanent resident, a green card. Now that person is a citizen. So the case should go faster. It's been, he's been documentarily qualified for a month, the NVC. He should have an interview. If everything goes well, he handles it properly, maybe early next year. There's no way of knowing. It could be 3 months, it could be 6 months. It depends on so many different factors. There's no answer there.
Well, here's one for you, seeing that you love family-based questions. Hello, please. If your husband loses his job recently and does not plan to find another job in the future, what should you put for his occupation for DS-260? We have found a joint sponsor, Visa Sierra. Huh?
Well, he lost. Wait a minute. This guy, he lost his job.
Only Conrad. Go ahead. He lost the job. He has no intention of getting another.
He lost his job.
And his wife wants to know, what should she put as occupation?
He lost his job and has no intention of getting another one.
Unemployed. Just put unemployed.
Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen.
You can't make this stuff up, man.
Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, the tricklings of what took place after 1 a.m. is still in us.
If this is not a Friday show, I don't know what the heck is.
Ladies and gentlemen, 844-774-3529. Well, at least it's not a TIHS, spell it forward show. All right. Once again, 844-774-3529. Sometimes you've got to just look at the irony of life, ladies and gentlemen, and don't take it that seriously. All right. However, when it comes to your legal issues and concerns, that you must take seriously. So when it comes to immigration, just don't go above the third floor when you go to 225 Broadway in New York City. All right. Make sure you call PPID at 844-774-3529. Getting right back in the saddle. Okay. Another question. I just have one question. If anyone can help me with that. My mother lives in the US and she has applied for me as a single, not married applicant. My application got approved a few months ago, but I still have to appear for an interview and get my visa. I am currently living in Canada, but I'm planning to get married soon. So how will that affect my US application? Will it be canceled and my mother has to apply for it all over again?
What is her mother's, does her mother have a green card or is she a citizen?
Evidently she's a citizen. She lives in the US.
Right,
Probably, yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying.
The answer is, if her mother's a US citizen, she could get married. It'll change the category from F1 to F3. It'll take longer. By getting married, she'll add 3 to 5 years to the process. If her mother has a green card, however, she cannot get married. If her mother has a green card and her daughter gets married, she will lose the case and have to start all over again. So don't do that. But it depends on whether she wants to wait longer and whether her mother's a citizen. So.
Okay, got you. 844-774-3529. Adam, you want to squeeze in a true success story on the personal injury side before we get to the top of the hour here on Cruising with the Case Handler, personal injury and immigration?
We can do that, of course. And listen, for those listening on 93.5 FM right now, if you can safely do so now, or please do it later. Check out our social media platforms. Check out either the Case Handler or PPID on Facebook or Instagram. We really do provide quality content on these platforms to let everybody know, what we do, how we do it. And these are true life success stories. You don't have to take my word for it or Squeeze's word for it or the other DJs on this radio station's word for it. And, Squeeze, I don't want to burst your bubble because you are special, but with respect to saying that, we are top notch or we're the best, as you said, you're not the only one, man. You're not the only one that says that. Every DJ on this radio station at one time or another, depending on who they're taking the money from, all right, has said we're the best. And the fact that we're not on later in the day is no reflection of the services we provide. It's more of a reflection on how much money we decide to spend on our marketing budget. So don't be fooled, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody on this radio station, 93.5 FM, one time or another, has endorsed the Case Handler, has endorsed Pollack, Isaac DeSico. And I challenge anybody to ask them today, October 2nd, 2020, who they truly believe to be the best possible attorney if, God forbid, they were ever in an accident, if, God forbid, they or their family members were facing deportation proceedings. They know who to come to because they know who treats their clients like family, and that's Pollack, Isaac DeSico. And speaking of treating your clients like family, okay, I got a call from a client the other day just to check in to see how I was doing. I haven't spoken to her several years, and actually made me remember her case. I hadn't thought about her case in a little while, and that's a case very, very briefly we can feature. And let me just pull this up right now. Here we go. And this is Linda, one of the first clients that came with me when I transferred my practice over to Conrad's firm nearly 6 years ago. Literally called her up, said, I'm leaving my firm. You want to come with me? Yes. Where do I sign? So a very, very special place in my heart. Her name is Linda. We settled her case several years ago for $385,000. Squeeze, if you would just read that quote for me, I would be appreciative.
Adam is the perfect lawyer. He is not your typical attorney because Adam is caring and very sensitive to clients. My legal team did a wonderful job, and I give them a 20 out of 10. $385,000 US. Linda from Bayville, New York. And Adam, you are the man.
The punch, yeah. I know I'm the man, but listen, it's not about it's empowered. I've been empowered by powers higher than me to help people. when they're in need, they know where to turn. Linda was in need. She tripped and fell in the street in a sinkhole in the street that the city of New York and Con Edison knew about for months and did nothing. She twisted her ankle, wound up tearing up ligaments, having a surgery. And it was a very case because the city did not want to pay down. We had to take him to trial. $385,000 for Linda. And again, she had called me the other day just to check in. So I just was reminded about her case. But that's really what we do. We are a family-based law firm. Clients call us to wish us happy birthday and happy holidays and vice versa. Once you're a client, you are family. And if that's something that's important to you, then you'll have our number and you'll call our number, 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529. You're not treated like a file. You're treated like family. Let us do the best possible job and get the best possible outcome for you and your legal case.
844-774-3529. That's the shark. That's Adam Handler. If you ever get hurt in an accident, you listening on Facebook, still on the radio, make sure you call him, no one else. 844-774-3529. He's just good at what it is that he does. It's the truth, and everybody knows it. All right, it's the truth. He has proven himself. How many other attorneys have proven themselves out there? Not like Adam Handler. 844-774-3529. All right, so that's personal injury. Got a couple more questions for immigration. Conrad, you ready?
David, actually, before we go into the questions, actually, you asked me the other day, what case was I most proud of, or
yes,
talk about a true success story. I actually got a great story that I just remembered listening to Adam speak. We represented someone who had another lawyer who I shall not name, but basically someone from his office. This gentleman was in removal proceedings. Someone from his office or someone from that office showed up to court and literally told the client, "You are going to be ordered deported. I gotta go," and walked out on him. And there was an attorney. Apparently, this gentleman had another attorney represent him in an unrelated matter. And that attorney referred him to us. And we actually won that case.
Wow.
And the daughter was livid. I believe the daughter may have filed a complaint against that firm because they took the money and literally had an attorney go to court and say, "I can't represent you. You're going to be ordered deported." And she ran out of the courtroom. So the client had to show up in front of a judge by himself and say, "My attorney just walked out on me. I need some more time to get a lawyer." And we were actually hired for that case. And a former associate of ours who's no longer with the firm, he's relocated to California, was the attorney that actually handled that case, but we were successful in that case. And, I think it's important because, we don't shy away or run away from a good fight, on the contrary, I think we welcome challenges and that makes us better attorneys, So I just wanted to say that story.
Okay. And let's do that story the next time we're also on. I want for you to give it from the start to the finish, so we hit it.
I may reach out. Again, all of this just came back to me.
Mhm.
I may reach out to the daughter and see if we can get
great.
the daughter on and get the daughter, because the daughter was irate, and basically that law firm, who I believe comes out on this radio, I think also refused to return money.
Okay, Conrad.
And the daughter was like, "You took my money and ran out of court, and you don't think I'm entitled to money back?" I don't know if you remember that story, Conrad.
Right. It's a bit crazy. But if you
remember
guys can put that together, I would love to have that on the next show.
It was recent. I remember.
Yeah. I'd love to have that on the next show so we can get a true success story on 93.5 FM. It's a radio station that covers the tri-state area. Southern Connecticut, Northern New Jersey, and all 5 boroughs, and of course, Westchester, Rockland, parts of Dutchess, and so forth, and definitely Long Island, Suffolk County. We got one more question here. All right. It's been a very interesting morning, I must say. All right. Okay.
I feel like I'm on a roller coaster ride.
Kindly, I want your advice. I am filing U.S. citizen living abroad more than 15 years in Gulf countries. I-130 for husband married 2 years ago, and I have a son 6 months. We plan to go back to U.S. Is there any trouble with USCIS accepting the case? My second question is, we applied CBRA for our kid, but the consular at the U.S. Embassy denied due to not living after 14 years in the U.S. Can I apply for my son too? I-130 with my husband, or after my husband get approval, I-130, then all of us can go back to the U.S.
Did she submit the I-130 already for her husband or no?
She says no, she has not. She's filing living abroad more than 15 years. All right.
But she's a U.S. citizen. She could file for her husband.
Okay.
And as far as the kid, I think it's I don't know what
CBR is.
I have no idea what that is. CBR. I've never heard that before, but it sounds like she's trying to get U.S. citizenship for the child because she's a citizen. But that depends on the child's age, how long the child has lived in the United States. I mean, how old is that child?
Didn't say.
Nelson.
6 months. 6 months. I've son 6 months. 6 months old. 6 months.
Nelson, maybe by acquisition, a derivative.
I mean, again, there's, how did the child enter? Did the child enter as a permanent resident? Does the mother have?
No, the child's not here.
legal-
Apparently they're all still overseas, and the child was just born to U.S. citizen.
Right.
Okay, I know what it is. It's a consular report of birth abroad. Just looked it up.
Okay.
That's what CBRA.
In situations like that, you could go to the consulate, and the consulate in whatever country you're in, are typically helpful in situations like that.
Yeah, in fact, that's done through the consulate. I don't understand why.
CRBA, that's what she messed
Yeah,
up.
I've never heard that acronym CRBA. That's good to know. But they have to do it through the consulate post, number one.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to get citizenship for the child, which is what I thought. If the consulate has denied the application, I really don't know why. I would need to know what the reason was.
Give us a call. The number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. You heard the attorneys speak, Nelson Madrid, Conrad Pollack on immigration. You heard, of course, Adam Handler speak on personal injury. We remind you, as Nelson noted earlier, that do not take any information that you hear on Facebook here or on the radio as legal advice, okay? You need to actually book a consultation and speak with them directly. Their number is 844-774-3529. Prior results do not guarantee similar outcome, but we all know you need solid, good, well-rounded attorneys to represent you in all of your legal matters. The number 844-774-3529. As we conclude, Mr. Pollack, Mr. Madrid, Mr. Handler, anything else you want to say, you may say it now. The door is open for you to, say it within reason. Whatever you want to say. We're not on the radio. We're on Facebook. So here we are. Get it out, Conrad, because we don't want to bring it back next week. All right? Just get it out, man.
I have a particular question though. The B word, that's in the dictionary. That's not a
I know it's in
curse
the dictionary, but the FCC doesn't want it.
Really?
Yeah, they don't. You can say ass,
Ass you could say, but you can't say that's karma's a bitch.
Can't say the B word. You can't say the B word on Facebook, but you just can't say it on.
You know what I love the most, right? What I love the most is there's one, right? We've got several people on this show, yet there's one who seems to bend those FCC rules, right? As far back, unknowingly, by the way, because I clearly it's not on purpose.
Right.
But there's
and
one.
It's okay once you apologize, which we did. It's okay. But if it's something repetitive, then they want to bang you over the head. But
hey, but let me ask you a question. They've got these songs on the radio though that they use all of this language.
A lot worse.
Yeah, believe me, if they're consistent, they get fined. Yeah, if they are consistent with it.
There was one immigration thing that I did want to mention. There was a lawsuit this week, and a decision came down enjoining the Trump administration from enforcing its ban on H-1Bs and H-2Bs. It's a district court decision, and I'm sure the government is going to appeal, although now that our president might be in bed for a little bit, I don't know that he'll have a chance. And by the way, Stephen Miller, who was his immigration guru, was very close to Hope Hicks, who seems to be the spreader here. So he might get it also, let's hope. But they might slow down on immigration, on these upheavals of the immigration system, because they might have other more personal concerns in the near future. But more importantly, the important point here is there has been the court enjoined the enforcement of the bans on temporary work visas. The bans on the immigrant visas still apply. Didn't affect that. But H1s, H2s, there is an enjoined on that ban. So right now it has. I don't think the State Department knows how to operate on this yet. I don't know that they've made it effective yet. But the bans that, according to Trump, are in effect until the end of December. Judge has said no. Judge said you can bring in H-1B workers, you can bring in H-2B workers. Whether it's going to stay that way for how long, I don't know. But that's what just happened this week. So, it's big news. So a lot of people that are waiting, that's trying to get H1s, H2s, Js, can do it.
Okay. Make sure you link up, folks. Once again, 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Reach out to PPID. And I'm just looking up this stuff again. Evidently, there's been some changes, not that we should go to it. It says you can say bitch and ass, but not son of a bitch or asshole.
So, what is happening right now?
Listen. You definitely, of all people to say that, I wouldn't have said that in front of Conrad.
But doesn't mean that, Conrad, you should come back and say it, because So yes, what you did was not, you can't get in trouble for it, but it's how you say it. So it's best to just stay away from it.
One of my really good friends in law school, he was great. Basically, unless you specifically said it's a secret, he can tell anybody, right? And basically anybody, no matter how inappropriate, no matter how bad it was, his response to you, when you would confront him and say, I don't believe you share that information, he said to me, or he would, not just to me, to everybody, you didn't say it was a secret, right? So one of the things we started doing was, this is a secret, okay? You cannot share it with anyone, right? So I just found that funny, but yeah.
Unbelievable. Gentlemen, thank you so much. It's been a very interesting day. We do wish the president a speedy recovery. I'm quite sure you do, Mr. Pollack. I'm quite sure you do, Mr. Handler. I'm quite sure you do, Mr. Madrid. All right. We don't wish anything bad for the president. The only one thing I wish for him to do is to just get out of that position that he is in the office through the election coming up. So go out and vote. And that's it. Have yourself an amazing Friday. Anything else, gentlemen? Or were you done? Peace out.
I think we've said it all.
Yes.
But listen, ladies and gentlemen, with all seriousness, we are here. We are here to help. Some of these shows are more entertaining than others, but myself, Conrad, and Nelson, we are the real deal. We are really, really, really good at what we do, and we are here to help. All you have to do is call that number, and maybe you'll get a few laughs during the consultation, but you're going to get quality legal advice, and you're going to get the best possible representation for you and your family.
Thank you so much, Mr. Case Handler. Thank you so much. Cruising with a Case Handler, a show on personal injury and immigration has left the room.